What's going on, everyone? Talon here, and welcome to another account progression video. Alright, so it's time to get another tier 2, and we're going to be getting Thor to tier 2 today. Alright, so I decided to tier 2 Thor in preparation for the Ragnarok update. I feel like he's going to get a bit of a boost, of course, from that, since he is going to be the main focus there. So I'm hoping he's going to get a kind of a survivability boost, because he's pretty good right now, but of course he could use a little bit of help in just the survivability. I tend to think is what he lacks in. So if we look at his skills here right now, this is his only skill to really help him stay alive, because he gets guard against 8 hits and it's for 4 seconds, and it's every time he uses his 5th skill, which is really nice because that does help his survivability quite a bit, because he does not have any iframes on any of his skills. So that's pretty much his go-to skill to survive longer. And so let's go ahead and check out his ice weight set here. So I have Power the Angry Hulk on Thor. I do think he needs a, well, not needs, but probably best off with a attack-based ice weight set. But if you do get him to tier 2 like I'm about to, that bump in damage from his tier 2, of course you don't necessarily need an attack-based set, so it's just kind of your option with Thor, because he has high enough damage that you don't need to go with the attack-based set, so you can go with something like Binary Power or I Am Also Groot or something like that, like a heal or a bubble set for him for more survivability in like PvP game modes or stuff like that. I just always like to go with attack-based sets, because I'm always a kind of just mash the attack buttons, get in the enemy's face, and just do as much damage as I can to them as fast as possible to kill them before they kill me. But anyway, that's just what I have on Thor right now. Let's go ahead and check out his details here. So we do have him at max skill cooldown. We have a little bit of ignore defense, and we have a little ignore dodge as well, which is from the obelisk, which we'll go ahead and take a look at right now. So I just have a lightning damage, ignore dodge, and invincibility obelisk. As I was saying before, the thing that he lacks in is definitely the survivability opposed to the DPS department. So I definitely think a invincibility obelisk is best on Thor. You can go either way with it. You can have invincibility. Lightning damage I do think was really nice as well, but then as the third stat, I think ignore dodge is decent, but I would prefer probably an immune to guard break, just so you can always get off his 5th skill all the way, because it is kind of a longer animation, so he could definitely get guard broken pretty easily. So I do think immune to guard break is going to be really nice on Thor. So once I get him to tier 2 here, I'll probably end up giving him a different obelisk, maybe even the one I have right now on the side here, which is immune to guard break. We have snare and invincibility. It doesn't, of course, have the lightning damage, which I would like to have on it, but it gives me the immune to guard break and invincibility, so that could be one that I put on him later on if I don't roll a different obelisk with lightning damage. But anyway, that's the obelisk I have on him right now, and then of course we have all attack or energy attack, we have all defense, HP, and then a mixture of skill cooldown and ignore defense, like I do on all of my characters pretty much. So that's kind of a look at Thor as he is right now. So now let's go ahead and get him to tier 2. So we have Protector of Asgard, and it gives him apply to self 70% chance to pierce barrier all damage immune effects, which is really nice. And then, of course, the increase in lightning damage by 60%, so it gets a huge bump up in damage. Basically the same thing as Lincoln Campbell's leadership, so he does get a very, very nice damage boost there. So definitely, Thor is not going to be lacking in the damage department, and that piercing for barrier is really nice because it helps him in, if you want to use him in certain Shadowlands floors where they have the lightning immune, so you can use him there. Or you can use him, of course, in PvP in timeline battles so that you can pierce, say, Doctor Strange's immunity or something like that. So it does have its uses, and it's really nice to have. So let's go ahead and advance him to tier 2. And boom, alright, there we go. So let's go ahead and share that. Very good. Alright, so now Thor is ready to go. Master of Mjolnir, haha, is ready to go for the Ragnarok update. So we'll see what happens there, if he gets a skill change, if he gets a new uniform. I mean, I'm guessing he's going to get a new uniform, of course. As of right now, I have the Unworthy uniform on him, which is a really nice uniform just because it gives him that decrease all damage received by 15%. So again, helps him out with the survivability, but doesn't seem to be enough from... Whenever I play Thor, it just seems like he dies really fast, so I'm relying actually quite a bit on the invincibility proc for my obelisk. But that might just be because I kind of have the playstyle of just get in there and attack the enemy. I don't really avoid attacks too often. Of course, I try to if I can. But anyway, let's go ahead and try out Thor now that he is freshly tier 2'd. Alright, so here we are at today's world boss. We have Proxima. So we're going to go ahead and use this team here. We're going to use Sif's leadership for the 30% HP. Then we got a full set of bonuses, some all attack, all defense, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, all attack, some CC, and max HP skill cooldown. So a nice set of bonuses there. And we're going to go ahead and use no strikers because of course we just tier 2'd Thor, so we kind of want to see his damage without any help. So we're just going to go ahead and take him in here with just that team. So let's see how he does. Alright, we're going to pop that 5th skill for the guard. Now, say try to dodge those, but I can never seem to. Alright, let's go ahead. The team up is his 3rd skill, which can be nice because that's one of his ranged attacks. And as you can see, his damage is pretty nice even without a leadership, but of course that's because of the big damage boost from his tier 2. Alright, got her through her first phase. Alright, gotta run away from all of that or else we'll get stun locked and die pretty much instantly. Alright, you can stop stunning me. There we go. Alright, we're working our way down. She's getting close. Alright, last phase, here we go. Let's see if we can do this without dying, because Thor's getting pretty low on health here. Uh-oh, this is probably where we're gonna die. Need to switch. This stun locking is unreal with Proxima. She's probably my least favorite to fight, except outside of Ebony Maw and his iframes. Oh, of course. Well, anyway, Thor would have killed her right there with that last attack, so just gonna finish her off. But anyway, as you can see, Thor still needs quite a bit of help in the survivability department, or at least that's what I think. I mean, no, I didn't play the best with him, but I tried to stay away from Proxima as best I could and dodge her attacks. So Thor is still quite fragile, even with the uniform giving him 15% damage reduction. And even with that guard on his 5th skill, but that's just because the guard only lasts for 4 seconds, so it's not really too much time to work with. If it was a little longer, maybe 6-7 seconds, then definitely I think Thor would have a lot easier time doing world boss and just pretty much surviving in any game mode, just because it would last long enough to actually use up all of the guard hits. But anyway, I'm still happy with tier 2 Thor here, just because his damage is really, really nice, and of course I am assuming he's going to get quite a good bump up or rework with the Ragnarok update, so We just have to see what happens, but as of right now, I still think Thor is just a average tier 2, so definitely not going to be one that is a high priority for you to work on, unless of course you already have a quite large roster of tier 2s, and you like Thor, then yeah, of course he's going to be fun to play as a tier 2, but as of right now, before the updates, I don't think he's necessarily a top tier 2. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Thor here. I hope you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.